What's up, Bruins fans? I'm here to give you the latest info on your beloved Boston Bruins. Today's video is going to be a sad one, as it looks like Linus Ullmark is very close to being traded. I'm going to share all the latest information surrounding what looks like the inevitable trade of Linus Ullmark. Rumors have been circulating, and I've spoken about all of them, but Elliotte Friedman jumped on the Jeff Marek show to pour some gasoline on those rumors. Here's the full clip of that segment talking about the possible Ullmark trade to Ottawa.
Linus Ullmark of the Boston Bruins. You have the strong indication and belief that the Boston Bruins would like to do something here. I don't think they want Brandon Bussie, who needs waivers next year. I don't think they want to, potentially lose that netminder for the future. Jeremy Swayman is their number one guy. So where does that leave Linus Ullmark? Like we mentioned yesterday, Bruce Garrick has been talking about a potential deal with the Ottawa Senators. They would love to see that. Like where are these other teams at with the Boston goaltender, Linus Ullmark? What happens here?
I don't think Bruce is wrong or anything like that. I think Ottawa's really been pushing for it. However, I've heard that this is not anywhere near as far along as some people have indicated. I think there's a couple issues here. First of all, Ullmark has a no-trade clause to 14 teams. One thing I thought was really interesting is that last year his no-trade list was 16. This year it's dropped to 14. The one thing about it that it probably doesn't get reported enough is that agents and players tend to be very strategic about this, in the sense that there's obvious situations where you're going to say no to, which I think people can guess at. But one of the things I think they really try to do is, if they know there's a team looking for goaltending and they're not really crazy about the idea, they'll block that team out too, even if it wasn't one of the obvious ones.
Right.
So I think that's part of the issue there. So that's one thing. So Ullmark has control over this. But the other thing too, and I've heard this in several different places now, I think New Jersey was on Ullmark too.
I believe that.
And one of the things I think that tipped it to Markstrom was that, Markstrom's got 2 more years left, and Ullmark has 1. And I think some of the teams that have looked at Ullmark were like, if we're going to give up what Boston wants to get this deal done, we'd like a bit more certainty that this isn't going to be a rental. And so then you've got, to get permission to negotiate extension, and secondly, you've got to be able to negotiate the extension. And I think that is an issue in some of these Ullmark conversations. Because, the thing he knows is that in Boston, they always play well. They're always very disciplined.
Yes.
And your numbers are going to be good. In some other situations, the numbers might not be as good. So I do think the extension has become an issue in some of these talks.
Freeman isn't the only insider, though, that has now claimed that the Ullmark deal will need an extension. Freeman even suggests that the Boston Bruins may need to lower its asking price if an extension can't be reached. I don't think they should, as I see no issue rolling it back with 2 of the best goalies in the league. I understand that the market is smaller now, but Ullmark was the best goalie available and should come with a higher price tag. With Ullmark all but publicly agreeing to be moved to Ottawa, based on reports, Boston needs to stand tall here. Ottawa desperately needs a goalie for its hockey club to be competitive, and it was painfully obvious for Sens fans and anybody else who watched them play. Dominic Tiano reported today that Ullmark is already working with Ottawa on an extension, so the deal is a lot further along than we originally thought. We still don't know the pieces coming back to Boston, but it has been rumored that the names are Jacob Chychrun and a first-round pick. Dom mentioned today that while Linus can't officially sign with Ottawa until July 1st, they can work out a deal now, file the deal to the league office on July 1. So if a trade is announced before Monday's Game 7, we know an extension's already been done. The term and money being floated around is 5 years, $35 million, but we'll see if a deal gets done and what the numbers are. In the end, Ullmark has been a constant professional during the whole process, and even after he said no to a trade at the deadline last year, he has been bleeding black and gold. I hope nothing but the best for him in the future, but it looks like he's not going to be wearing a Bruins jersey ever again. To stay up to date on all the news surrounding the Boston Bruins, please subscribe and drop me a like. If the news breaks on a trade, be sure to check out the channel, as I will have a full breakdown of the trade as soon as it happens. I'll see you next time.